What are you going to do with those pies, boys?
Hello, cadets. Welcome to another episode of the Big Monster Briefing Room. I'm General Lemuel T. Howitzer, retired, and let me bring up my able-bodied assistant, Major Millie Hazzard.
I'm here, General. I'm ready to rumble. We got our mommy expert here. Her name is Pan. Everybody loves her and knows her. Let's bring her on up and let's get moving.
Bring her right up.
Hey,
we are
everyone.
doing mummy, 1999 mummy today. And,
The
Pan,
Brendan Frasier mummy.
What is it about mummies that you like so much to become a mummy expert, Pan?
She's a mommy.
I'm a mommy, and I love history. And I'm always fascinated when it comes to the Egyptians and how they mummified the dead, especially the kings and the queens. And I'm fascinated with the whole thing. So when Rory asked me to appear on the show, I said, heck yeah.
I want to thank Rory for asking you to appear on our show.
Yes, he's the best.
That's our go-between in some cases.
Thank you for being here, Pan. We love you. You're gorgeous as always.
Thank you so much. You guys are awesome. Always a pleasure to be on Cosmos, right?
Yes.
That's right. We love having you.
And archived on YouTube forever.
Our cadets are starting to come in. So hello, cadets. We welcome everybody to explore this training film about mummies.
Yes.
Okay.
Let's
yeah.
do
And
this.
again, we're sorry we're late. I don't even want to tell you what kind of day I've had. Anyway, let's get right into the timeline. This is ancient Egypt.
Yeah.
In this Stephen Summers, oh my God, I just crashed my computer again with all the CGI I'm putting in here. It looks pretty slick, though, even for that time. In 1999, it looks pretty slick. And we get Arnold Vosloo, who's better known as Darkman, is Imhotep. He is an Egyptian mythical wizard to the Pharaoh, the Pharaoh's daughter. Hey,
Wasn't he like a priest or something?
What's that?
I thought he was some sort of priest.
He's kind of like a priest, witch doctor. Yeah. I mean, he knows how to bring back the dead and stuff.
Yeah.
So, there's a mystical aspect to him.
Yes.
But I'm not thinking about that right now.
Right.
So he's making it with the Pharaoh's daughter.
Actually, no, it's his mistress.
Well, it's Imhotep's mistress.
Yes. I thought she was the mistress of.
You thought that was the wife of the Pharaoh?
No, the mistress. They used to have lots of affairs,
Oh, okay. Somebody makes a comment later in the film about the Pharaoh's daughter, so I assumed it was that.
It's been a while since I watched this movie, but from what I remember, I thought that was the mistress of the pharaoh, which was back in those days they used to have lots of mistresses.
And they had concubines,
She was very special to him. He didn't want to share her with anyone.
Okay.
Again, it's based on memory.
She obviously didn't reciprocate those feelings because she stabs him. she eagerly
sure
sets him up to get stabbed. Yeah. Oh yeah, you want to go out riding in your chariot all day long? Well, hey, I'm within Hotep now. So, but then the badass guards come in, the the serious guards come in. They mess up everything. She ends up killing herself because Imhotep says, "Yeah, if you kill yourself, I'll bring you back."
Yeah.
She's very trusting.
Yeah. Did you see her outfit?
Yeah. Well, in a manner
There
of
was nothing
speaking,
there.
you really can't see it, but it's there. Yeah. So yeah, he brings her back from the dead for a few seconds just to show that he could do it.
Yeah.
And the guards bust in again, and her ghost goes back out of her body and back into the thing. Then they mummify him.
But that was the whole plan. She actually killed herself.
Yeah.
Yeah. So she killed herself because she was certain that she would come back.
Correct.
But that ended up not happening, right?
Well, he brought her back, but it just wasn't for long.
For long, yes.
They didn't even have time for a kiss.
Yes.
So they mummify him, but when they mummify the people, they usually drag you like your brains out through your nose and stuff,
Yes.
And they didn't do this with him. They just, and we get this in every mummy movie, the scene where they show the actor who's playing the mummy getting wrapped up as the mummy.
It was intentional. They wanted him to suffer, so they wanted to, mummify him without following all the steps. Keep him alive, wrap him around, in that special gauze they would use.
Yeah.
But they didn't want to kill him and then mummify him. They wanted to do everything while he was still alive.
Right. They mummified him when he was alive because he was
Yes.
scratching on the inside of the thing. I don't know how he was scratching because his hands were all mummified.
Well, didn't they put those insects that kind of ate all the fabric away? And
they did put some scarabs in there to keep him
they
company.
did something. I remember.
I can't see him grabbing a scarab and scratching the. And let me grab a scarab. That'll scratch. That'll make a scratch. I'm not going to get out of this.
Yeah, and the funny thing is, while they were doing that, and he was alive, and he knew what happens, right? He knew the process of, and so knowing what's coming is worse than actually experiencing it when you know what's coming.
It's like a father telling you, "I'm coming in your room in 10 minutes. You better be ready."
Yeah,
we're going to talk about this. Oh no.
Yeah.
Well, they put him in the sarcophagus. They buried him in a secret place, and we get the opening credits, the mummy, and the mummy with the big M in the middle. The mummy.
You know that this is a remake, right?
It is
from the 1932 movie. They kind of replicated. They stole the idea from the first movie that came out in 1932.
I love Boris Karloff. Don't get me wrong. I love Boris Karloff,
Yeah.
but I don't want to see him. I don't find him imposing as a little old man with wrinkled face.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
The 3 minutes we get the mummy in the very beginning of the movie. Yeah, I'm all down with that. I'm great with that.
Yeah.
But yeah, the rest of the movie he's just running around like a creepy old guy who's
Yeah.
stalking.
Look, that they filmed it in. They went to Egypt,
Mm.
I think they also shot some of the movie in the United Kingdom, but most of it was in Egypt.
Mm-hmm.
So a lot of the things that you see here is from the ruins, from that exact location,
Well, this is supposed to be the land of the dead or something. It's supposed to be a very secret. You can't find it, normally in the desert. Very secret. But they're able to find it. Brendan Fraser's able to find it, and his assistant Benny.
Yeah, but the desert that you see and the camels and all that, this is real stuff. They went to Egypt to shoot this, so it's real.
Yeah,
most of it.
So there he is with Benny.
Yeah.
I've been trying to pull up the darn slide here for that shows the characters' names, but that's the kind of day I'm having. I don't even have PhD.
Well, we know Brendan Frasier, right?
Yes.
The other guy, I don't know the actor's name. I don't even know the name. I don't know his name during the film.
I'll tell you in a minute. His name is.
I should open Wikipedia.
Kevin J. O'Connor.
Oh, okay.
Kevin J. O'Connor. He's actually in Peggy Sue Got Married. He's in a lot of movies.
Yeah, I know. His
this
face
one
looks
is just
familiar.
kind of weird and creepy. It's a different kind of character for him.
Yeah, the makeup and the the mustache really
Yeah.
make him look
Oh,
different.
careful there now.
I love mustaches. I'm taking
His
it back.
mustache is very similar to my own.
Okay, ooh, there we go.
All right, so these people are protecting. They're like the Mujahideen. They're protecting this crypt. They don't want the evil to get loose,
Yes.
so they protect it. And they're after these guys who are there invading that territory.
Mm-hmm.
And Benny takes off running, just like everybody else. So
Yeah.
Brendan Fraser is left to battle this army by himself.
Yeah, yeah, and he's looking good in this movie, right? Damn.
That's why you're a Mummy fan. Oh, Brendan Fraser's
Well,
so
okay.
cute.
Here's another fact. He looks a lot like my husband.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Well, there you go.
yeah. The same face, the same
So on
lips, the
Halloween, you
same
should
big
dress him up as his
eyes.
character.
Yeah, maybe that's why I
Velvet
like him
holsters,
because he
white
looks like
shirt.
my husband.
So he does a valiant job of taking on these guys,
Yeah.
and backing up into the area where the sarcophagus and everything are, and the Anubises and everything. And
Oh.
when he's backed against the wall, at the Anubis, well, not that wall, Benny has locked him out of the crypt.
Well, he was
Went into the crypt and locked
he
him
was
out.
a coward. He kept running. Right?
Yes,
He was trying to leave.
Benny is just bad. He's just wrong, man. He's just
Look at his
the-
face.
the worst girlfriend or boyfriend you ever had. That's Benny.
Yeah.
He's-
Yeah.
he
yeah,
just there is no loyalty there at all.
Yeah, he's a coward and he's no good. Yeah.
But then something supernatural happens, and the sand starts flying up, and the horses start rearing back, and they all end up leaving, and
Yeah.
Brendan Fraser's saved supposedly.
Yeah. Ooh.
And then we see that the thing in the face in the sand. It's Imhotep.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then George Harrison shows up,
Mm.
and evidently he was brought back from the dead,
Yeah.
and he's the head of the Mujahideen, George Harrison.
Yeah. I love
That's what I
it.
call him anyway.
There's the pyramids.
I
Egypt
think
is cool.
you call him. I'm trying to see if I can see who this actor is. Ohid Jalili. Anyway, I'm not
it's
even going to try.
impossible to know everybody.
I'm not even going to try.
It's okay. Let's
He
stick to
looks
the
like George
plot
Harrison,
and the
so I'm going to call him
storyline.
George Harrison. So they take you back to, I guess it's Cairo.
Uh-huh.
Could
Is
be
it?
Tunisia.
I don't think it's. Anyways, whatever.
Somewhere in Egypt.
Oh, there's the librarian. Yeah.
And then we meet the librarian, who's kind of cute in a Lucy kind of way. Like, I love Lucy. I destroyed the library.
Obviously, she has to be beautiful and smart, right?
Yes.
How come they never put an ugly woman to be featured in a film? Why do all the women need to be gorgeous? And in this case, she's also intelligent because she probably has a PhD in
I'm going to add
history
insult to injury here. Do you know who that is?
Who?
That's Daniel Craig's wife, Rachel Weisz.
Oh,
So she's married to James Bond.
Oh, really? I thought I didn't know.
Yeah.
Wow.
She's married to James Bond. And she still looks like that even today. But that movie was made like, what, 20 years ago?
Yeah, 1999.
And she looks great
right?
today.
Yeah, she. They all still look very good. Most of them. Well, I don't know about Brendan. I think he gained some weight there.
No. It was
There's
because he
something
was in a
happening
film.
with him.
It was he did a film where he was supposed to be a big fat guy.
Oh, so
He
that was
just won a big
intentional.
award. Yeah, he won a big award for the
Yeah,
whale.
he won like an Academy Award for that.
Oh, okay. So it was intentional. It was.
Yeah,
it
Yeah,
was
it's not
from a
that
movie.
big.
most of it was a fat suit. A lot of it wasn't real. It's just a fat suit, but he
Okay.
looks pretty good. I saw him on Howard Stern about a month ago.
CGI.
He looks good again, yeah. He
Yeah.
looks good again.
Yeah. Good.
Yeah.
That's good to know. There she is, looking pretty and smart.
But your husband still looks good.
My husband, yeah, my husband is so handsome. You know what? I'm gonna go get a picture if you give me to show you guys. They look like they could easily be brothers. That's how much he looks like him. Yeah.
Don't tell him you married him because he looks like Brendan Frasier, though. It'll just
Oh,
piss him
I
off.
tell them all the time.
Oh,
when
jeez.
when we actually
What a good
watched this,
sport.
we actually watched this movie together when it came out because he's a big history buff. So I remember watching this movie when it came out. We went to the theater and we watched it together. Isn't that wicked?
It is wicked. Shame on you.
And now I'm talking about it with you. So the whole time I'm like, you look like him. You look like him.
I don't want to be Brendan Fraser. I want to be your husband. I want to be your number one man.
Yeah.
So anyway, she explains to the curator there, the head of the library,
Yes.
I'm sorry, I'll fix it. Don't worry, I'll make it back. I'll put it back the way it was. And he was like, you know what? I keep you around here because your
Oh,
parents.
wait
were
a
the
minute.
greatest,
Wait a minute. That is okay. Again, I'm going by memory. Okay. But she was working in the library or museum. I don't know where she was working, and she ended up finding something, right?
Correct.
It was like some sort of locket or key that
Well, actually, it
opened-
was her brother. We missed that part. Her brother came, and
Oh,
he
her brother-
won it in a card game. Yeah.
Okay,
It
so it was her
the lock,
the lock. This lock
or
is
the key
very
to the lock.
the key to the lock, which is very important. It once we go a little bit further down in the story, that key is so important because it will open a book. And when that book opens and she ends up doing something like, I'm not going to say more, okay, then that's when things go crazy, right?
Right.
But like, it's important that we mention that her or her brother, there's her brother.
There's her brother. He's the comic relief. Well, actually,
Yes.
they're all the comic relief in this.
Yes. And he's a famous actor too. What's his name again?
Yeah. John Hannah. John Hannah.
Yeah.
Um,
He's very good. He appears in lots of films.
yeah.
Anyways, so I just wanted to make sure that that is an important part of the movie when they or he, the brother, discovers that key.
The key also opens the sarcophagus that contains Imhotep, but it also
It
opens
does?
the two
Okay.
books, the Gold Book and the Book of the Dead.
Yeah, remember the Book of the Dead and the book. Yeah, that
The Gold Book is the one that can kill him. The Book of the Dead is the one he can bring back his wife with. So the
Exactly.
key works on everything.
Yes. The key works on everything. Lots of things. Yeah.
So he says the guy that I won this off of in the card game, he's in prison now and he's going to die.
Yeah.
And he knows how to get to blah, 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 the city of the dead.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Oh, there's that famous kiss. Yes.
Yeah, he tricks her into coming close to the cage and he kisses her and she saves his life. She keeps him from hanging.
I love it. He looks all
Kind
like,
of.
he looks all like tired and
He's strung up there a little bit.
but he went for the kiss. You see, he doesn't
Yeah.
lose out on an opportunity.
Well, and later in the film, he makes a butt out of himself by saying, "Oh, it just seemed like I was going to die. It seemed like a nice thing. It seemed like the right thing to do, or something like that." And she's so pissed off when he says that. Anyway,
Yeah, because he was in prison.
Right.
And usually they kill you, right? They kill you.
so the warden goes with him, and they all get on a boat, and they see another card game with her brother. Her brother's name is Jonathan, and he's with the guys who are also looking for the city of the dead.
So why are they in the boat now? What happened? Did I miss something?
All of them ended up on the same boat.
Yeah.
They're going to a certain area, and they both of their teams hope to find the city of the dead.
Oh, okay. So they're probably what on the Nile? That's the only water.
That would be my guess.
That's the only water there, right? Like where
They don't explain.
They don't explain. Okay, let's assume that they're there, right?
Nile makes sense. It's a big river in Egypt, and
Yeah.
Benny's on the boat, so he realizes, oh, okay, so Benny's going to take him to the land of the dead. So
He
now
looks
it's
terrible.
a race.
Benny looks I don't like the
But
way
he throws
looks.
Benny overboard. So he's like, okay,
Give him
we'll
a
fix
drink.
this
He
right
looks
now.
like he needs a drink.
He throws Benny overboard.
Good.
Benny's
Bravo to him.
But then he sees footprints on the deck, wet footprints. He realizes somebody else is here. It's the Majudin guys, whatever. And they're in her room, and they're trying to get the key.
The key. See how important the key is? Because the whole story is with the key.
Yeah.
Everyone wants it. Yeah.
And then the boat catches fire in the fight.
Okay.
And more of these guys jump on the boat deck and start a big fight with everybody.
Okay.
And everybody ends up jumping off the ship before it sinks.
Yeah, because next we know it's like the Titanic,
It's going down.
It's going down.
So
All
amazingly, all of the guys from both teams survive. And the horses and all I don't know if there's camels aboard, but whatever livestock they've got aboard, that survived. Okay, that was okay.
Okay.
Because in the next scene, they show them all coming up ashore.
That's Hollywood. Sometimes things don't make sense.
Oh,
It's
man,
like
this movie has a lot of plot holes.
Everyone jumped in the water, but the animals didn't. But somehow they made it.
But somehow they made it to land there. There
Yeah.
it is, right there.
Yeah. Strange. Okay, let's keep going.
Oh, it gets better.
Ooh, what's happening
So
here?
the next day, nice little romantic scene where they see each other again, and love is in the air.
Yeah, look. I mean, they're made for each other. They're gorgeous, both of them. Look at them.
And it's her idea. Well, actually, she gets Daniel Craig. So,
Yeah. Yeah. And let me tell you something. I have a thing for Daniel Craig too.
Daniel Craig too. Well, there it is.
Oh my God! Right?
So they get on camels.
Yes, of course they do. Of course, there's no horses in Egypt.
There is actually. That's
Oh,
a
there
point.
is?
That's actually a plot point in this film.
Oh.
Camels are faster than horses because
Oh,
they
so
all
they do have
they all
horses.
come up on the city of the dead
With
at
horses.
the same time. And when the dawn comes up, that's when you see the city of the dead. That's when you can find it.
Yeah.
Yes, Daniel Craig married
Look,
Rachel Weisz.
I should have
in
watched
film.
this movie. Yesterday I watched. Last night I watched Pretty Woman because I have my show tonight and I need to talk about that and I didn't remember much. But it would have been great to watch this, but I just didn't have lots of time this week. But you know what? You're doing such a good
know the
job,
feeling.
General Howitzer. You're doing such a good job.
That's Howitzer.
Oh,
I know
sorry.
the feeling. Hauser? What am I, Doogie Howser now?
So sorry. I don't know why I said that. I promise I had nothing to drink. It's just I had an exhausting
I
day.
believe it. I believe it. So there's a race, and they race, and the camels, of course, make it there first.
Yeah, because you said
They
they
beat the
go
horses.
faster than the horses. Okay, great.
Right.
That's a good fact to know, right?
So,
I
yeah.
didn't know that.
I don't think it's true, but
Aren't they like
you would
heavy?
think that horses are stealthier.
Aren't
they're not
camels
as
heavy with the
cumbersome
big
as
hump in the
camels.
back? How can they go faster? You never know with animals though. They
But
can
there it
surprise
is.
you. Yeah.
If they're riding cheetahs, we would know for sure, but they're riding camels against horses. So she's setting up a thing with these mirrors, and he's like, oh, okay, what are you doing? And then it turns out to be this really cool thing where they light up the under chamber.
Is there like a make-out scene over here or something?
Looking
happening?
around.
Are they going to make out in the dark with the fire? Did that happen? I don't remember.
The brother's there with them.
Oh, the brother. Damn, brother needs to go.
I think we got a new nickname. Oh, great. Now everybody's going to call me General Hauser. Doogie Howser.
I can't believe I said that. I'm so embarrassed. Maybe it's because I made my hair blonde, So I'm having fun.
So you're having fun. All right.
I was at the salon earlier. I was getting all dolled up and I put blonde, so maybe that's what happened.
So both teams have gone underground and they both meet each other underground, and they're fighting for the rights to this claim. And meanwhile, the warden scurries off on his own, and he finds these little scarabs things that look like they might be worth something. And then one of the scarabs comes out of the scarab thing and goes into his body.
Ooh.
And it's moving all around in his chest and stomach and everything. And he's freaking out. And he comes in and he runs right into a wall.
Listen, didn't they watch the Goonies as children to know that you don't touch anything when have you watched the Goonies?
So many people touch things in this booby trap place.
When if you're a child, I was a
if
child.
you
I
watch
watched
Indiana Jones, you know not to touch anything.
or even Indiana Jones, or the Goonies. You don't touch nothing when you're in a
They
place
do it all
like
the time
that.
in this.
And they grab
All through
things.
this.
Of course, things are going to happen to them.
The whole place collapses at the end because Benny touches
Listen,
something.
the dumb ones go first. So if you're dumb, you start touching things, you're going to die. Too bad for you. Next.
Nobody learned anything from the Goonies. What a waste.
What? Who said that? Who's
Wow,
Facebook user?
divine wisdom right in front of us.
That was such a good movie, The Goonies. You know what? I'm gonna
Facebook
bring
user
it on-
won't even show his real name.
You know, Facebook user, The Goonies rocks, and I love that movie as a child, and I'm gonna talk about it on my show.
I was talking about Mama Fratelli, Ann Ramsey with somebody yesterday.
Okay. Oh, okay.
She was
Wow.
Mama Fratelli in that. Anyway, I
Yeah.
digress. So they find a sarcophagus. Jonathan and his sister Evelyn and Nick. And the guy, runs into the wall.
I told you he ain't smart.
And what do? They take his liquor.
Who took his liquor?
Our heroes. They took
Oh,
a bottle.
really?
All he
Oh,
had on him
okay.
was a bottle of liquor, and they took it and they got drunk the next
Oh,
night
okay.
or that night.
Okay, that's an important detail. Yes.
Yeah.
They need it, especially
Please
during those-
understand the Goonies rule. I'm just saying we weren't smart enough to learn from them.
Learn
oh,
from
okay.
them.
All
Okay,
right.
all right, Facebook user.
All right.
All
They're
right.
there getting drunk on his whiskey or whatever it is.
Yeah, cool. There's the brother again. Man,
Yeah,
he's like
the
the
brother's
third
always
wheel.
there.
Like, get lost, brother. I want to see a makeout scene. That's what I want to see.
Well, and the funny thing is when she gets drunk on this liquor, this is after the Mujahideen, whatever.
Yeah.
After these guys show up again and tell them you have one day to clear out.
Yes.
That was nice of them.
Yes.
After they shot several of their guys and killed them, they're like, you have one day to get away.
Who directed this movie? I gotta go to Wikipedia and check it out.
Steven Sommers. That's
Oh, okay.
why it doesn't make any sense. And I'll tell you, even
doesn't
more
make
weird
sense,
and
right?
convoluted is he's the same guy that did Van Helsing with
Wow.
Wolverine.
Okay. All right.
Hugh Jackman, the Wolverine. I'm sorry, Van Helsing with Hugh Jackman.
Yeah.
Okay, so the next morning they're still there. They didn't clear out, and the other team, led by Jonathan Hyde, finds a box
Okay.
that has Imhotep's remains, his body parts, that kind of thing in it,
Yeah.
or maybe it's his wife's. I don't know, or his girlfriend. But they're in little jars underneath, and he's reading the inscription on the top. The Book of the Dead is here.
Yes,
It's
that's
also
it.
here. So
That's
they
the important.
They find the
book.
Book of the Dead. They also find the jars, and
Yes.
they're excited about their find.
And they have the key, right?
No,
has the key now?
She has the key.
She has the key.
Evelyn.
Okay.
Evelyn has the key.
Okay. They still have.
I think
okay,
you're
she still has-
onto something there, Hugh Jackman being Van Helsing. I mean, you better werewolf take care of business. Huh, okay.
All right.
All righty then.
Alrighty.
Yeah. Okay, no spoilers. By the way, this show is a spoiler alert. We do the whole movie from beginning to end. We're the
I
cliff
love
notes.
it.
of
I
horror
love
movies.
the concept.
And you're going to see graphic stuff, content on the show.
And people need
so
to
it's not for kids.
understand. People need to understand that every shot that we see right now on the screen, you actually take your time and you take a photo of it or a screenshot, right, from your computer
Yes.
if you're watching it.
Which is
So
what I
there's-
was doing all day today
That is so much work.
because I procrastinated.
Mon chapeau à toi, which means my hat to you. You know,
Well, thank you.
I lift my hat to you,
Thank
Rory.
you.
You're the best. So much
I
work
appreciate
to entertain
It's
everybody.
a lot of hard
and-
work.
Yes. Hope people are getting entertained. Yeah. Okay,
So
let's
all
keep
kinds
going,
of hell
Rory.
breaks loose because she's reading from the Book of the Damned, or the Book of the Damned.
Book of the Dead.
That's the one from Evil Dead, right?
Yes.
No, that's the Necronomicon. There's all these nasty books about the dead people.
Too
you
many
know.
books. Yes. So she reads it, right?
I can't
what
even see
happens
these
when she
pictures.
reads
They're
it?
so small.
What happens?
Oh, okay. What happens is she keeps moving through the timeline, and we're talking about other shit. Anyway, we're talking about Daniel Craig and Brendan Frasier.
Listen, I'm gonna go watch Casino
and Mama
Royale after
Fratelli.
tonight. That's what I'm watching tonight.
So
He
what
looks good
happens
in the tux,
is
right? He's clean cut,
she
but he has a
takes
nice
the Book of the
body.
Dead from the doctor who's sleeping. She uses the key to open it, and she starts reading from it, which is naturally what you do, when you're a librarian. You
She's a
start to read the book
librarian.
out
She's
loud.
a nerd, yes, and she's you know what? She's probably
And the doctor
thinking-
wakes up and says, "Don't read from the book," and she wakes up in Hotep.
Exactly. She thought that she would learn something from the book that will help them.
She doesn't believe in the supernatural.
Yes,
that's a very important point. What's funny though is they don't mention that until after this.
But I think her intentions were to educate herself, to learn more, to help them. Instead, the opposite happened. By reading it, it opened up the gate of can I say the word hell? Because that's what's happening. He's coming from hell, right?
Random Rick reviews. Oh, okay. There you go. Thank you. Now we got your name. Good. Awesome.
Okay. Hello there.
No, that's from Twitch. Somebody from Twitch watching. It's a different person.
Oh, okay.
And
you guys are streaming it even everywhere. That's awesome.
Yeah,
good job.
We're totally everywhere. And he said that he's responding to what you said about how long it takes to make this timeline. And he said that sitting down at his own desk clipping photos is way harder than road crew or roofing. And that's true. It's a lot of work.
So much
it's
work.
It's tasking. I will tell you that.
Yes.
And in 2 weeks, I've got to do a black and white one. And that means I have to colorize them as well.
Oh, no.
So, we're going to do Abbott and Costello meets Frankenstein in 2 weeks.
Ooh.
Next week, we're doing, are you ready? Manos, Hands of Fate. Major Hazzard's been wanting me to do that one for a while.
We ain't ready. There's no way I can ever be ready. I've been trying to get him to do Manos, Hands of Fate for like ever, and he finally did it.
Yeah, it's just such a lousy training film. So bad.
It's wonderful.
It's okay. As long as, you know what? As long as you love what you do, if you guys love what you do, and you find joy in preparing these episodes, these live streams, that's what matters. I put a lot of work in my show too, but I love it. So as long as the love is there, it's going to be a success.
Well, next week I'm going to be in hell. I'll tell you that. So
call me if you want to vent.
Thank you for that.
Call me if you want to vent.
It's Turgo, Turgo or whatever his name is. You're going to love it. He's so cute,
Yeah. Yes.
Over and over again in your mind until you just want to exit.
We're doing that one next week. Then we're going to do Abbott and Costello meets. We're rounding out the season. We've got like 4 episodes left to the end of the season. So, and we're going to culminate it with after that we'll to Tarantula, which is another black and white one.
Ooh.
And then after that we're going to do Jason X. So
ooh, nice.
Jason 10, I think.
So I'm only coming back when it's about mummies.
Correct.
Yeah.
So you'll be coming back at the beginning of season 4
Okay.
when we do another mummy movie.
Great. I'm looking forward to that. Okay, let's keep going.
We're hoping to get you in the rotation every 5 or 6 weeks, so we'll try.
Cool.
All
let's
right.
go.
So anyway, okay. So the mummy has risen.
Hold on. Rick wanted to know if he should be watching somewhere else because he's on Twitch right now. Rick, you can go to Cosmos Creative TV on YouTube. We're there live. Or you can go to Cosmos Creative TV, the Facebook group, and we're there live as well. Or you can go to our TikTok to watch
Or you can
clips.
stay where you are.
Yeah. You are. But we're also on TikTok.
It's live there too.
Creative TV, just Cosmos.
Yeah, and
Creative.
well, YouTube is the quality is much better on YouTube. Go on YouTube and subscribe.
I didn't know that.
There you
Yeah,
go.
Julio Morales, Torgo.
The quality on YouTube, the video the quality is much better on YouTube. You guys, you should know that, and you should subscribe and follow Cosmos on YouTube. Okay, let's keep going now.
Thank you. All right, so he has taken the eyes and the tongue of one of the guys that found the jars and stuff.
Of course he did.
And you can see him with the eyes. Now, this doesn't make any sense because the guy is like blind as a bat without his glasses. So you would think that the mummy would be blind as a bat,
right?
with those bad eyes.
Yeah, I know. That doesn't make sense.
That makes no sense.
It makes no sense, right? And it's
He's
annoying
doing
when you watch
scene with the glasses on the ground and somebody
It's
steps
so
on the glasses.
annoying when you watch a movie and those details. Me too. I get irritated. I'm like, come on. Where's the director? Wake up.
So George Harrison shows up again. Why do you make me come here? I'm supposed to be doing some singing.
Yeah. Yes.
You guys let him go. You let the supreme evil go.
That was good, Rory.
Anyway, I do a few impressions. I'm no man of 1,000 voices, but I do a few impressions. So
sorry, Rory.
They go back to town with their tail between their legs.
Yes.
Realizing that they've released the ultimate evil on the planet. They're not put in jail or anything.
Yeah.
You would think the people that released the ultimate evil would end up in jail, but no.
No.
Meanwhile, Benny is doing a deal with Imhotep.
Yeah.
He
Yeah.
holds up a little. He actually holds up several different religious symbols, and finally he holds up the Jewish.
Yeah, what I remember from from this character is that he
Mm,
spoke many languages because I remember that because I speak many languages too.
mhm.
So I'm like, wow, he speaks, I don't know, all these languages, and as he's holding on the cross or whatever, some other things that he necklaces that he has on his, trying to like
Right,
stop this demon.
right.
Um, while he was talking in all these different languages, he had the idea to use him to help him be like a translator, right?
Mm,
Because he speaks all these languages.
yeah.
That's why he wanted him to be in alliance with him. He was using him
Yes.
because of his knowledge of speaking all these languages. And it was interesting when I was watching this film. I was like, it's good to speak many languages, but in this case, you're becoming a you're in alliance with like the demon here, like the villain in the story.
But can he speak Klingon? Good
I don't
one.
know.
And also, Cadet Duncan is here from Tasmania. Nice of you to join us. Okay, so they go back to town. He has a big fight in the hotel room with Evelyn. She wants to stay and save the world. He's like, a Han Solo, I'm getting out of here. I've done my job. I told you
When
I'd
you
take
see
care
a
of bringing
woman with
back.
her arms crossed like this,
It's not good.
run.
It's not
Ain't
good.
good for him. Look
That's
at him.
body
He's
language
running.
right there. Body language right there.
Look at the body language. Does she look happy?
He's like, fine, fine. And he walks
Fine,
out.
fine.
And he gets drunk with Dr. Bombay.
Yeah, that's the way to do it.
There he is. What I
There he is.
tell you? I was just having a few free falls from my nest. It's him.
Yeah,
It's Bernard Fox. He's playing a pilot character. He's bored because there's no challenge in life anymore. He just wishes that he could die in a flourish. Anyway,
Yeah.
it's a side story. So they get drunk with him. And the brother's there too.
yeah.
Uh,
Brother's always
it's the
there.
first time that it's him and the brother without Evelyn.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like a bromance thing, I guess. I don't know. So they're drinking, and Imhotep is there, and all of a sudden they
Yes.
all realize it. He's in the building.
Mhm.
It's fire starts to. Oh, I'm sorry. They go back to the guy without the eyes and the tongue, and Benny tells him, my master is very happy that you gave him your eyes and your tongue. And then
Yeah,
he
you see,
realizes
he's
it's the guy.
the translator. There you go.
Yeah.
He's talking for him. 'Cause
And
he,
yeah, so he sucks all the body life force. And again, the corpses do look like the corpses in Life Force for that training film. After he's done with them, I think there was a little homage there. Anyway, fire starts to rain down from the sky.
Yep.
Everybody knows that Imhotep is there,
Hmm.
so he goes to see if she's okay, which is kind of nice, considering he was just bailing out on her.
He loves her. Come on.
And
Oh no, what's happening here?
I can't see.
She
Oh yeah. Imhotep comes to her room.
Oh, he came to her
during all the
room.
confusion. He wants her to be
But
the
how
body
did
that his
wait? How
girlfriend's
did
gonna
he
go
end up
into.
in her room?
There's a whole bunch of weird
Okay,
things going
there's
on
a
at the
lot
same
going
time.
on. Okay.
Yeah, there's a
okay.
lot going on. So I had to make this timeline in 2 hours. It wasn't easy.
I know. You're doing well. You're doing well.
So he brings a cat. There's
Yes.
a cat on the piano. That's what it was.
Uh-huh.
And it makes him and he freaks out.
Yeah.
He turns
What's
into
up with
dust
the
and goes,
cat? Why do they always put cats like with
They're protectors.
Yeah.
So there it is. Everybody that shows their cat on Facebook, there it is. Affirmation. So they go to the Antiquities Museum again, and they find out that her boss, the head of that place, is working with the Mujahideen. He's working with George Harrison.
Oh.
So he's like one of the main guys in there, and that's why he tried to destroy the map that they found earlier.
I see.
So, meanwhile, outside, another plague.
Yes. Of course, it's Egypt.
Yeah, well, he keeps bringing these plagues on the fire from the heavens and all that, and the locusts. There was locusts early. We missed it though because the timeline was going by so fast.
It's okay.
He brings up a bunch of people who are have boils and things on their face and skin.
Beautiful.
And
Oh, dear Lord.
more little CGI of him, spitting out.
Yeah, there you go.
I don't know what it is. They've already done locusts, so I'm not sure what it is. Some mosquitoes, maybe.
I don't know.
Something.
I don't
Here, have some mosquitoes.
know. Uh-oh.
And he goes back to her room again, and he kisses her with that gnarly mouth. It isn't reconstructed yet.
Dear Lord.
Yeah. And Brendan Fraser comes in again, and he's got another cat.
Another cat? You
There
see?
is.
Maybe I should well, my kids want a dog. They don't want a cat, but I think getting a cat is smarter, right?
I hate it, but we have a cat.
You have a cat?
Yes, it's a stupid cat.
Look at this cat. That cat looks possessed. It looks evil.
It's a mean little kitty.
Look at that kitty. Woo.
That's what my cat does when I try to pick him up.
Cats have personalities.
Rory
Don't
Pellin's
mess with
cat
the
does that
cats.
too. When he tries to pick the cat up, the cat is mean like that. Doesn't want to be picked up.
Yeah, forget the cat.
Does
Then I'm
not
getting
like
a
it.
dog. Oh, there he is again. Oh, look at his mouth.
So he whisks out of there as sand again. That's his move.
Yeah.
Ooh,
what's happening here?
but the people are still coming. The people are
they're
still
coming.
coming. And
They're
he's
like the
down there now
Walking
with the
Dead. They're
cat.
like the Walking Dead, right? Look at them. All there
Yeah.
together.
Yeah,
Weird.
it's like the Egyptian boils and sore plague zombie apocalypse. Yeah.
Yeah,
there you
zombie
go.
apocalypse, exactly.
So and they're listening to him. They're out to kill. They're ready to kill.
Of course.
So again, a lot of stuff is going on. They're running around and everything, and they get out of the building.
Uh-huh.
And Imhotep is up at the top looking for them. Like, hey, I came up here for you guys. What the hell? So that
Why
happened.
is she smiling? Why is she smiling?
Yeah.
Why?
After
What's
I put that
happening
slide
here?
in there, I said somebody's going to say something about that.
Why is she
Was
so
this
happy?
an outtake? I think her brother said something. I don't know. You know, a cat's mouth, but a human skull would.
Hey, JT's
Butter with
watching.
Okay, fair enough. We
All
get
right.
some interesting comments on the show. We do. We really do.
I need to go back and watch it. Not today, but
You will.
eventually.
Yes, it's always fun to watch.
I
After
see
the
lots
fact.
of friends
Cats,
watching.
Guardians of the Dead. Yes,
All right. So
they were
then
part
what
of the
happens?
of the plagues. Boils. Yes, boils were part of the plagues. Yes, boils and sores. One character says,
you know
"Oh, my
that-
favorite plague."
Did you know
boils
that
and sores.
this movie? Did you know that this movie there was a lot of actors got sick during filming.
Oh, geez.
Yeah, Brendan Fraser almost died
Oh, my
Making-
goodness.
making this movie. There was a scene in the beginning of the movie when he was in prison.
Yeah.
He was supposed to get hung,
Hung.
you know,
Yeah.
and apparently he almost died doing that scene. It's an interesting fact.
He does look like he's really choking there.
Apparently, while he was hanging with the rope, he almost died doing that scene. And I remember this because they interviewed him after this movie, and he talked about that he almost died making this movie. And I still remember it. It's stuck in my brain. I'm like, wow, being an actor is hard work. You can die.
And yet he came back for two more.
Eh?
And yet he came back for two more.
He
Glutton
did
for
two more.
Punishment.
There was two more movies after this one. You're absolutely
Glutton for
correct.
Punishment. And The Ride. He just did the video for The Ride.
Oh my goodness! So I hope he got lots of millions doing this. I
John
don't know.
Michael
I don't-
Urbano is here. Oh, it's flies. Plague of the Flies. That's what it is.
Okay, it was flies. Okay.
I said mosquitoes because it was funnier.
Yeah, whatever. Bugs.
Okay, so
Lots
they get
of
in the
them.
car. They get in the brother's car, which is a bitchin' car. It's a yellow, old car, and they're mowing down these guys with the boils.
Yeah.
Yo,
Who's saying yo
they're just mowing them down. And
Facebook
eventually,
user,
the one
who
guy,
are
the
you?
last guy that Imhotep needs to regenerate himself, falls off the back of the car. They
Love it.
pull him off the back of the car. So Imhotep dries him up like a raisin.
Look at his face, man. Look at his face.
Yeah,
You know,
well, and this is
have you
and that's
noticed
it.
that? Have you noticed every time
Hey, it's
he
Dark
kills?
Man.
Have you noticed though every time he kills somebody, he's looking more and more human-like? You know.
Correct.
He started with the eyes
Yes.
and the tongue, and now he has more skin and.
That's the curse. Whoever opens up that thing that has the
Yes.
book and the jars in it,
Yes.
he regenerates himself from their souls and their bodies.
Exactly. That's an excellent point.
Yeah.
if people are wondering why is he looking more and more human-like, that is why. Yes. Hey, Renee. I mean, oops.
Hazzard.
Major Millie from Yonkers. My name is Millie.
Sorry, Millie.
That's okay. I look a lot like somebody else on the network, and it's all right.
You look a lot like somebody that I love and admire very much.
Oh, thank you very much. I'm sure she would love to hear that. She's probably
I'm sure you'll
watching,
learn to love and admire Major Millie Hazzard as well,
Yes.
as I do.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm a very special person,
Can't do it without her.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. I appreciate that so much. Thank you so much.
Okay, so I know we got to get you out of here soon, so let's zoom through this. So
let's
he
finish
sucks up
this.
that guy's life force.
Yeah. Let's finish this.
And then they corner the guys with the boils and sores and stuff. They corner our heroes.
Mm-hmm.
And Imhotep says, if you take my hand, I'll spare your friends. And you come with me. You're going to be the vessel for my bride or my girl.
Okay. And what happens?
And she says, yeah, I'll go.
Oh, she said
And
yes.
Brendan Frasier's like, yeah, no way.
Look, he looks like my husband. That's the face he gives me. Look, that is the face. God, I have to go get a picture. Look at those eyes.
I'll send you this timeline so you can have that picture.
Oh my God.
Where was I?
I don't know.
Okay, so George Harris pulls him back and says, no, live to fight another day, my brother.
Mm-hmm.
And
and the guns don't work on
go.
him. Like they tried to shoot him, but the bullets don't kill him.
No,
don't kill him. Right?
He's supernatural. Yeah, he's supernatural.
Yeah, he's supernatural. So
he's not a living force. He's not.
They're just wasting bullets. Nothing can kill this spirit, whatever he is.
He double crosses him. He sets the guys on him anyway. But they go down into a sewer. They find one of those round sewer grates, and they go down.
Uh-huh.
And the professor, the teacher, her boss, saves them by fighting off the crowd until they can get down there.
Uh-huh.
So that's him getting.
Imagine being an extra in this movie. Imagine being an extra in this movie.
Yeah. With boils all over your face. Now here's the crazy part.
Okay.
They got the car back somehow.
How did that happen?
On the very next scene, they're driving the car.
That is, you see, those are the details that I can't stand.
That they shot where they waited for the crowd to go away.
How
came
convenient.
Back up out of the ground and got in the car.
How convenient. How annoying is this when you watch a movie, those details? I can't. Yeah.
So they got the car back somehow.
Of course they did.
It's like a Batmobile. They just got a remote control.
It just pops.
Meet us at the edge of the city.
Yeah.
Oh,
so the airplane scene.
To, Dr. Bombay.
This is good. The airplane scene. This is good. They're trying to kill him.
Winston.
With the
and
airplane.
He drives the airplane, to take them to the city of the dead. And she's all happy her man's coming. He's like, yeah, you know what? I'm going to do a big sand thing and kill him.
Yes.
So they have to fly through the big sand thing, which is kind of like a sandstorm, I guess.
Yeah. You don't want to be. You don't want to be there when that happens.
Really big bad one with a big bad mouth. So he's got his mouth wide open. She French kisses him just to throw him off guard.
Oh, I would never.
She does.
There's
she
no way.
She kisses him just to catch him off guard.
Oh, yuck.
But at least he's got a full mouth now. He's got a fully regenerated mouth.
I would reconsider.
But he's got
Brendan
the other guy's
and the
tongue.
whole thing. I would never
the other
do
guy's
it.
Tongue.
Oh, yuck. That's disgusting.
The guy with the glasses.
Yeah.
He's got his tongue.
I know. Oh, it crashes.
So amazingly, these guys, George Harrison and Jonathan, the brother, are on the wings of the plane and it crashes. Somehow they survive.
No, what happened was, it's coming back to me. When he started that sand tornado, whatever he did, they got stuck in it. He was trying to kill them. He was trying to kill everyone that was on the plane. So he did like a sandstorm and they were stuck in it and they crashed, I believe. But again, nobody died. No, wait, somebody did die.
Yes, Winston.
Who died?
Dr. Bombay. He died.
He died? Yeah,
yes.
but the important...
Winston died, but he wanted to die. He wanted to die in a blaze of glory.
He wanted to die? Okay, but the important characters did not die.
The major heroes, yes.
The major heroes are still there.
The brother, Nick, George Harrison, they're They're
all there. Yes. So
almost the whole band.
Oh, the
and there
poor
he is,
man.
smiling as he dies. And his plane is in quicksand, which makes it starts going down in the quicksand.
Oh no!
And they take the time to salute him.
Oh no!
And there he goes.
He's such a hero. There he goes. Okay.
Oh, I've got to go. Samantha's calling. You have no idea what I'm talking about, do you? Too young.
No, I just like when you do voices. And look, she's having good hair day. How can she have nice hair after
nice
all
hair
that?
For someone who's been tussled around the way she has, yeah.
There was like a sand wind and all these things, but her hair is looking great. Beautiful curls. That bugs me. She needs to look bad so I can believe it. Look at her. She's looking like a model.
As if anything in this film is believable. They got the car back. They
discovered the
the treasure room.
Yes,
which is very impressive.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, all of them do. First Imhotep and Benny and her, and then our heroes, our trio of heroes, who are trying to find this wonderful room full of treasure, and they're impressed.
Look. The brother. Oh, look what we found.
Yeah, Benny and the brother are really into the treasure part.
Yeah.
Benny actually leaves his master when he goes to do the ritual, comes back and starts stealing treasure.
Well, what's happening here now? Wait. Look at Brendan. Wait. Go back. Look at Brendan, his arms, the way he's like, he's all like ready to attack. The brother's just in awe, and the guy next to him is whatever.
So yeah, she's tied down, which is kind of nice, and she's kind of got a lingerie thing going on.
Again,
he's gonna kill her so that her body will be ready for. There he is. The girlfriend's next to her. So there it is.
That's right. Yeah, I see that.
And the girlfriend's mummified.
Mm-hmm.
They find the gold book.
Mm-hmm.
Benny's taking treasure. Mm-hmm. Benny is taking a side trip to take some treasure out to the camel. And when he's doing that, they find the gold book, which can kill Imhotep. But now they got to find Imhotep.
Uh-huh.
And he's about to kill Evelyn.
You see how he's looking more and more human? Like he's
fully human now.
He's fully human now.
Arnold Vosloo.
Yeah.
So he uses the book to call up the spirit of his girlfriend. Somehow he's got her phone number in the other side somehow, and the mummy comes alive.
Ooh, okay.
So now the girlfriend's back, but she's a 3,000-year-old mummy.
Right.
So no one's going to want to tag that. So
and there's
now we got to do another ritual.
There's competition too.
Where
the librarian is looking
the body
good.
of the librarian. So mummies start coming out of the wall. Okay. This is the part where CGI starts to happen again. Mummies start coming out of the wall.
Okay.
The brother reads from the gold book and he pulls out some more like badass mummies with like cool hats.
Uh-huh.
And there's a huge fight going on.
Mm-hmm.
And there's mummies all over the place. And then he gets the book to her. She gets free. There's chasing around with the girl mummy and everything. And she gets the book and she reads the incantation that takes his spirit back to the netherworld.
Yeah.
So
I
now
love how
is human.
I love how she's the one who read it, and it's like it did a whole full circle.
Yeah.
She's the one who read it in the beginning, and all this mess started, and then she kind of did the same thing, and she corrected the situation. So I like how they made her do that. That's good.
Yeah.
That's smart. Yeah, I like that.
So he's human. So Brendan Frasier stabs him.
Of course he does.
And he goes into the pool of the dead and submerges.
Yeah.
And it's over. Oh, wait a minute. Benny has put his saddlebags of treasure down where he shouldn't have, and now the place is collapsing.
Oh no!
So now we have an Indiana Jones, we got to run for the door thing
Run
going
for
on.
your lives. Yes, of course. There you go.
The whole place is coming down. They get out.
Yeah.
Benny is a little too slow, and he gets trapped in the treasure room.
Oh.
With all the scarabs. And George Harrison survives.
Oh, okay.
We think he's killed by the mummies, but he survives. And
obviously they're together
Brendan Frasier
now.
kisses his treasure. You finally get your kiss.
Yes.
They get on their camels to hobble away off into the sunset. I guess it's the sunset. And we see treasure that Benny put in the packs there in the back of their saddlebags on there.
Yes.
So they did not go empty-handed. They did get some treasure. And Benny got the scarabs.
Yeah.
His torch is going out right as they're eating him.
You know, this movie has a lot. There's action, there's history, there's a love story. There's a lot going on.
I don't know how much history. I mean, like,
Well, there's
real
some.
history is in this.
I mean,
but-
you know, for somebody who enjoys history and they want to watch something, because of like the
I could see a teacher
the
putting this
mummy-
movie on for a history class.
Well, look,
You know,
you're not
and
going to
just
learn much,
blazing.
but if you want to see mummies, if you want to see Egypt, if you like a little bit of romance, there's some romance in this movie. If you want some action, if you want to see people dying, being killed off with their heads, whatever. It's a little bit of
Being
everything. It
shriveled
has a
up
little
like
bit of-
raisins. Somebody just dissed Kate Capshaw. Saying that at least that movie didn't have Kate. This movie doesn't have Kate Capshaw in it.
Okay. All right, Julio.
Julio, I got
Julio's watching. Wonderful.
You're okay with short round though, right?
What?
Camel's hobble. Anything that's on the sand is hobbling. Take my word for it.
Yeah.
Thick sand like that, the Sahara desert sand. Yeah, you're gonna hobble about.
Yeah. But
Okay. But they're
I'm gonna
faster than
go-
horses. Damn it!
Yeah, I'm gonna have to check that out if it's true. It may be true. You never know with
You
these
truly
things.
say this didn't happen. You make
This-
me laugh.
This was so much fun. I watched your show when I can. I watch the replays. I share it in my group. You're so
Well, thank you.
wonderful. Thank you for inviting
It'll
me.
save your life someday. It
I
will.
lo- I would love to come back. Let me know when the next one is, and let's do this. And you're both coming on my show for improv, May the 29th, everyone.
29th, that's right.
Whoever's
Did
watching.
you hear that, Hazard? We're invited to do improv.
Oh, sorry, I keep
I've never
forgetting.
done improv before in my life,
Oh,
I never.
just tell
We can
Renee.
try it.
Sorry, I keep forgetting. Tell Renee and Rory that they're coming on my show.
Oh,
for
okay. That makes more sense because I was wondering, did the general sign us up for something? I never.
I'm hip to it.
Sometimes it's team
I'm hip
building
to it.
stuff,
Well,
they do-
you can come. You can come. We can start off with that.
Okay, yeah, that's true. We could start off with that. Good idea.
Yeah.
I'll be watching.
And-
I like it.
And I love when we do improv. So it's on Monday, the last Monday of this month, May the 29th. It's going to start at 6. And we have a special guest. It's not going to be us three. It's not going to be just me, Renee, and Rory. We're adding a special guest, and it's Sandy D.
Yay!
Look at me. I'm Sandy D.
I don't know if she's watching, but if you're watching, Sandy, I'm looking forward to that. And we need to talk and plan and be ready for improv. So I'm looking forward to that. Thank you, everyone.
That's
Thank
right.
you for
Dee.
staying late with us. We're sorry we started late. Again, next week we're going to be doing Manos, the Hands of Fate.
I can't wait for that. I can't wait.
And our guest will be Troy Moore.
Ooh.
Is going to be here for that one.
Oh, he's so
And then after
awesome.
that, we'll have a huge panel of guests
Mhm.
for Abbott and Costello Meets Frankenstein.
Nice.
It's going to be wonderful. And somebody in the audience just reminded us Michael Urbano also does improv. So if you're ever looking for anyone else who's an improv actor,
Okay.
Michael
Yeah.
Urbano, amazing.
John Michael Urbano. Yes, indeed.
That's how I envision it.
He's very good.
What I envision is it's going to be us three, me, Renee, and Rory, but we can have a guest every week.
Well, he would be a marvelous guest. Everybody
You
knows
know?
him as a fantabulous.
He's very good at doing characters.
You know,
Yes.
like when you watch Saturday Night Live, and it's
Yeah.
always the same actors, doing
Yes.
improv. Actually, I'm not even sure it's improv. I think most of it is already
That's scripted.
scripted.
Yeah,
But
that's all
but
scripted.
they have a guest, and that guest plays a part in the script that the different play scripts that they create. So we can do that. We can have our improv, and every time we do it once a month, we can invite a guest. And our first one will be Sandy D, and I'm looking forward to that.
That works for me.
That works for
That's
me, and I'm sure it
wonderful.
works for Renee too, right?
I'm very certain of it. She's very dependable, that one. So if she said she's going to do it, she's probably going to do it.
Awesome. All right. Thank you so much, you guys. I need to go put my kids to bed, and then I have to get ready for my show. It starts tonight at 9 p.m. on
Oh.
the live show Up Close on the Mic. And I'm also doing a movie. It's called Pretty Woman.
Go watch that.
Yeah. It's going to be good, and we're going to have a lot of performers who are also going to be singing songs from the soundtrack. So it's going to be really cool. Tune in for that at 9 o'clock. All right. Love you guys. Thank you for having me.
Thank you, and keep an eye out